Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahshua, Hara Hakodash, double honors to apostles, great millstone, and salutations to your elect, which you ought to be. Now, this is going to be a part 2 and stuff because there was a couple of scriptures that I had left out, you know what I'm saying, that I wanted to bring out. And pretty much, this lesson, I think what I'm going to call it is great judgment will come to your children as well, you know what I'm saying. So this is Isaiah chapter 13. Verse 15, because I was in the first video and stuff with part 1, I was talking about in Leviticus 18 and 21, it says, thou shalt not cast thy seed through the fire onto Molech, you know what I'm saying, meaning to follow the idols and the different doctrines and philosophies and the holidays and stuff according to this world, you know what I'm saying, the Lord ain't down with that. You can read that in Amos, the 5th chapter, starting at the 18th verse, right, you know what I'm saying. So if you're going to be teamed up with this world, according to John, 1 John this 1 John chapter 3 verse 15. No, 2. It's like it 2 and 15. It says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. So if you a parent and stuff, and you teaching your children to follow the ways of this world and whatnot, hey, guess what? You're going to get destroyed, and your children are going to get destroyed. You know what I'm saying? It says, verse 16, it says, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. It says, and the world passes away and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of the Most High abide forever. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is that, hey, when it comes, actually, I'm going to read verse 18 as well. It says, little children, you know what I'm saying, talking about all of Israel. It says, it is the last time, and meaning the time that we are in now. It says, and as ye have heard that the anti-Messiah shall come, even now are there many anti-Messiahs, whereby we know that it is the last time. You know what I'm saying? Anti-Messiahs and stuff are pretty much people that's coming against Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, which still currently, you know what I'm saying, is crucifying him. How you crucify him? Christianity, you know what I'm saying? All these different doctrines and different philosophies and whatnot and stuff. That's how you crucify means to cross out, and that's how you cross out the Lord. So if you down for this world and stuff, you know what I'm saying, and Christianity and whatnot, you know what I'm saying, you about the Catholic Church and all that, and the doctrines that they teach and stuff, which is more than likely based on Christianity, hey, guess what? You're gonna be against that, man. You're gonna be against what the scriptures actually talk about, man. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that you're going to be an enemy of the Lord. And I'm going to prove that. This is, because if the parent is an enemy of the Lord, then guess what? The parent is going to teach the children how to be enemies of the Lord as well. This is, James chapter 4, verse 4. It says, ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of this world is enmity with the Most High? And that word enmity, when you actually look it up, you know what I'm saying, it means hatred or opposition, meaning that you're opposing, you're making yourself an op against the Lord. You're opposing the Lord. You want to be opposite of what the Lord is talking about. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord has a certain doctrine and stuff, you know what I'm saying, which he does when you read the Old Testament and stuff, and also in the New Testament, because they go hand in hand, it brings perfect balance according to Proverbs 11 and 1. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing things that's contrary to the Lord and stuff, that's within your power, hey, guess what? You're going to be destroyed, man. You're going to be destroyed, because what does the Lord do? It says in Exodus 15 and 3 that the Lord is a man of war. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? He the one who wins every single battle. He never loses. So if you want to be if you want to be against him, then guess what? You're going to lose. You know what I'm saying? You're going to lose, right? So read again. This is James 4 and 4. It says, ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is an enemy of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, if you want to have, you love this world, smoking weed, black and mild cigarettes and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And you ain't trying to change or make any changes, hey, guess what? You're going to be messed up, man. You're going to be messed up. You're showing that you're opposing against the Lord, that you want to fight against him. You know what I'm saying? And through your motherfucking deeds and stuff, he can see all that, man. He can see through the deeds, man. And it says, So this is you know what? Let me go to this. This is Isaiah. It's Isaiah 13 and 15. It says, everyone that is found shall be thrust through. It says, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. And what's the modern day sword? Guns. And you know what I'm saying, right? It says, verse 16, it says, their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled and their wives ravished. You know what I'm saying? What is ravished? Raped. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't just going to be women and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be men as well, because you got gangs out there. You know, you got these over-sexualized homosexuals and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And when they be in a drought and stuff, you know what I'm saying, they going to be antsy and they going to be willing to bring it about force. And then you also got a gang called the Sweet Bloods and stuff, and pretty much what do? They go around raping men. You know what I'm saying? You know, so men won't be, it won't just be women and stuff that's going to be lusted after. It's going to be men that lusted after other men. You know. There's going to be a lust fest amongst the sexes, man. You know. It says that children also shall be dashed to pieces and stuff before their eyes. So that means that your children are going to be destroyed right in front of you, man. You know, and a lot of that's going to happen when it come down to the military. You know what I'm saying? When it come down to these wicked officers and whatnot and stuff, you know, a lot of that's going to actually happen to the nation of Israel. Why? Because you have joined on to them. You know what I'm saying? You have joined on to this world. You have joined on Jehovah and Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? You know, you have joined on to some other philosophy and stuff, because you do have Israelites out there in other doctrines and stuff, being a Muslim, a shaman, you know what I'm saying? You know, or a Buddhist, you know what I'm saying? You know, and whatever doctrines and stuff that the atheists and stuff, or they either atheists or either atheists or you know, worshiping Baphomet and stuff, you know what I'm saying? You know, you so-called, you know, Negroes, you Israelites, you know what I'm saying? So-called black people and stuff that follow after Kemet, you know what I'm saying you African and whatnot and stuff, you know? Just to name a few different religions out there. If you out there in a religion and stuff, religion goes back to the Latin word religio, which means to bind. You know what I'm saying? But the scripture says the truth shall set you free. You know what I'm saying? All these different religions and whatnot and stuff was pretty much created just so you all could be stuck in this world. You know what I'm saying? You know? Or to love this world. But when it come down to the truth separates you spiritually and stuff away from the world, right? So I'm gonna grab, this is so your children, it says that children shall also be dashed to pieces before their eyes, and it's gonna be judgment for you wicked Israelites. This is Jeremiah chapter 16, I started verse 1. It says, the word of the Lord Yahweh came also unto me, saying, thou shalt not take thee a wife, neither shalt thou have sons or daughters in this place. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have certain Israelites that's not finna have no children at all. You know what I'm saying? You know, and for whatever reason and stuff, that's what the Lord put upon you for an affliction. You know what I'm saying? You know, verse 3, it says, for thus saith the Lord concerning the sons and concerning the daughters that are born in this place. You know what I'm saying? It says, and concerning their mothers that bare them, and concerning their fathers that begat them in this land, it says, they shall die grievous deaths. It says, they shall not be lamented. It's meaning that ain't nobody gonna cry over these when these deaths come. It says, neither shall they be buried, but they shall be as dung upon the face of the earth. You know what I'm saying? So you know when you go to like a park or whatnot and stuff, and you had the geese, they be all around and stuff, and you see that green boo-boo all everywhere. That's how people's bodies are gonna be, man. You know, people's bodies gonna be out here and stuff. Little kid bodies gonna be out here, man. You know, it says, and when you watch the movie The Road, you know what I'm saying, which you know gives like a certain understanding of how things are finna get so bad out here and stuff, according to Jacob's trouble in Jeremiah 30 and 7. You had a one scene and stuff where the guy was going off to, you know, they was looking for supplies and stuff in that giant truck. One of the guys like veered off just so he could go take a piss, you know what I'm saying? And when he took a piss and stuff, he saw the little boy and stuff, but you could see the lust in his eyes and stuff because they wanted to have sex. He wanted to have sex with the little boy. And then you could tell, you know what I'm saying, when it came down to how they were and stuff, that pretty much they was going to actually eat him. They was going to have sex with him and eat him. You know what I'm saying? You know? And further in the movie, what tended to happen? Further in the movie, what happened was It's that when they went into the house of those cannibals, you know what I'm saying, they didn't know at the time, but when they went in the house of those cannibals and stuff, it was people screaming and stuff below the floor, and when they opened up the cellar and stuff, they was pretty much chopping people from limb to limb and stuff, you know, preserving them like meat. You know what I'm saying? So how much a child, man? You know what I'm saying? You know, how much a child, man? How much a baby, man? You know? And then when it come down to Snowpiercer was, you know, the movie when they was on the train and stuff, and they pretty much couldn't get off and whatnot because it was just too cold outside and stuff. You know, there's no way for survival and whatnot, so they was just on this train. One of the guys said that because the further back you was in the train, the more the poverty was and stuff, and the further in the beginning of the train, the further in the beginning of the train, the more you know, people was living luxurious and luxurious and stuff, right? So the ones in the back and stuff, pretty much, one guy was talking about the one thing that he regret is that how babies taste so good, man. You know, and that's gonna be judgment and stuff, because part of the judgment is gonna be the fact that cannibalism gonna come, and what's gonna be the most easiest targets? It's gonna be little kids. It's gonna be toddlers. You know what I'm saying? You know why? Because they put up less than a fight. You know, so. Going back to verse, this is Jeremiah 16:4. It says, they shall die of grievous deaths. They shall not be limited, neither shall they be buried. But they shall be as dung upon the face of the earth. And it says, and they shall be consumed by the sword and by famine. It says, and their carcasses shall be meat for the fowls of heaven and for the beasts of the earth. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not being buried. You know what I'm saying? They just decomposing on the surface of the earth. It says, verse 5, it says, for thus saith the Lord, enter not into the house of mourning, neither go to the lament, nor bemoan them, for I have taken away my peace from this people. That's talking about you 2/3 of Israel. It says, saith the Lord, even loving kindness and mercies. Both the great and the small shall die in this land. They shall not be buried, neither shall men lament for them, nor court themselves, nor make themselves bald for them. Meaning that people ain't finna be stressing out from seeing death, man. You know? Seeing children and stuff just dead and stuff, you know what I'm saying, pining away, and you see their ribs and stuff, and you start seeing the figure of they skull and stuff, you know. Ain't nobody finna be worried about that, man, you know. It says, verse 7, it says, neither shall men tear themselves for them in mourning. It says, to comfort them for the dead, neither shall men give them the cup of consolation to drink for their father or for their mother. You know what I'm saying? Meaning they ain't going to try to console them. It says, thou shalt not also go into the house of feasting to sit with them to eat and drink, you know? So pretty much great destruction is finna come, man. You know? Great destruction is finna come. And then it also said famine, right? This is Lamentations chapter 4, verse 20. So lock it, bear with me. Hold on. So like I can't find it and stuff. So this is I'm gonna go to this Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 53. It says Deuteronomy 28:53. It says, and thou shalt eat the fruit of thy own body. It's, you know what I'm saying? And what's the fruit of thy own body and stuff? Your offspring. It says the flesh and thy sons and of thy daughters. It says, which the Lord thy power have given thee in the siege and in the straightness wherewith thy enemies shall distress thee. And this going back to 70 AD, but according to Ecclesiastes 1:9, it clearly going to the fact that even certain events and periods and stuff will also be reincarnated as well, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, what happened in Jerusalem and stuff is going to happen in America. and what happened in Jerusalem with them being sieged and cut off and stuff, where they couldn't go into other cities and whatnot, and, and whatnot. A man shall desire to go into one city and stuff and shall not be able. Because of that, it said, because of that and stuff, because of that, with them being cut off and stuff, they weren't able to get no food. You know what I'm saying? They was severely taxed and whatnot and stuff, where they couldn't afford it. People was dying and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much what's gonna happen here and stuff. People are gonna start eating their own children and stuff. And according to Isaiah 9:20, it also talks about how people would actually eat their own flesh as well if they don't have nothing. They show you that in The Simpsons, and they show you that in Family Guy. It's a joke right now, but pretty soon it's gonna be some real life. And you have down there in South America the Venezuelans, which is actually from the tribe of Zebulon and stuff. They going through such a money crisis and whatnot, where they try to keep their sanity and stuff, and it's in levels. Part of your sanity is that, you're going to try to eat whatever you have, and then you're going to try to go out there and hunt. But what they was doing, they was going to markets, they was going to garbage dumps and whatnot, trying to see if they would find some leftover meat and stuff. And even though the stuff tastes rotten and stuff, they was doing all they can just to feed their children, but then that becomes malnutritious. You know what I'm saying? And your body start eating itself. You know what I'm saying? And then when it come down to famine, they was eating rotten meat, and they selling rotten meat because they didn't have enough money to afford regular meat and stuff. So hyperinflation is finna come, And what the parents, they're gonna try to sacrifice and stuff for the children and stuff. But then when they start getting hungry, they're gonna try to do for themselves. And when they can't do that enough for themselves and stuff, then guess what? The children are gonna start looking like, they might eat the dogs first and whatnot. People might try to go out there and hunt and stuff, but then there's always some unlawful meat out there, dogs, cats, and whatnot, and rabbits and whatnot. So what's gonna happen? People are gonna start eating their children. They're gonna be the first ones, man. They're gonna be the first ones, right? This is 2 Kings. It's like I went too far. This is 2 Kings chapter 6. Verse 24. All right, so this is 2 Kings 6:24. It says, and it came to pass after this that Ben-Hadad, it says, king of Syria, gathered all his hosts and went up and besieged Samaria, right? It says, and there was a great famine in Samaria. It says, and behold, they besieged it unto an ass head was sold for 80 pieces of silver, and that's a donkey's head and stuff. So think about it. How much meat will you find on a donkey's head, man? But they was that desperate, you know what I'm saying? And a donkey is an unlawful animal to eat, you know what I'm saying? So it shows how desperate these people were, you know what I'm saying, to eat, right? And then it gets much worse. It says, in the fourth part of the cab of dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver. So they was eating bird shit, man. They was eating bird shit, man. That's how bad the famine was, where there was nothing else for you to eat, you know what I'm saying? And people wanted some meat, so they ate a donkey's head, man. Donkey head was being sold. And I think King Jong-un, whatever, you know what I'm saying, down in China or whatever, Japan, Tokyo, whichever one, or Korea, whatever. He was there was an article saying how they was I think either paying or asking people to sell their dogs just so they can have meat for restaurants, man. So they already going through it now. Ammon and Moab, so-called Japanese and the so-called Chinese or the Asians, you know what I'm saying, that are not Jakes, they pretty much eat everything, man. They could be alive, it could be dead, or it could be alive baby rat fetuses and stuff, and they'll just throw some soy sauce on it and stuff and eat it while the thing's still moving, man. Them real cannibals, and they actually got it's not them, just them and stuff. It's people, I think, in Liberia and stuff. They eat people, man. They eat people. You had Kim Jong-un and stuff, you know what I'm saying, where it was like, and down there in one of them Asian areas and whatnot, they got a restaurant, I think it's called Eat My Brother, where they actually serve red meat, but the red meat is human meat, because when you fillet a human, you know what I'm saying, it look like red meat, you know what I'm saying, when you cook it, you know, or when you have it out there and stuff, you know, and then I forget what movie it was, you know what I'm saying, where pretty much you had all the vegetables and the snacks and whatnot and stuff, and then you had the douche, he was like the villain, and he was in I forget what the movie is called and stuff, but pretty much they thought going to heaven and stuff was to get bulk out of the grocery stores, just so they could you know, they thought they was gonna go to heaven and stuff, you know what I'm saying, getting bought out the grocery store, but really all they was doing was getting eaten, you know. And then you had the little baby carrots and stuff, just like they eating children and stuff, man. And it's a bunch of different articles and stuff where these genetic modified organisms, GMO foods, you know what I'm saying, is actually from pieces of babies and other humans and whatnot, man, you know. So I'm going to read 2 Kings 6:25 again. It says, "And there was a great famine in Samaria, and behold, they besieged it until an ass's head was sold for 80 pieces of silver." It says, "In the fourth part of a cab of dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver." Verse 26, it says, "And as the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall, there cried a woman unto him, saying, Help my lord, O king. It says, and he said, If the Lord do not help thee, when shall I help thee? Out of the barn floor, or out of the winepress? It says, and the king said unto her, What aileth thee? So like, what's the matter? And she answered, This woman said unto me, Give thy son that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So they was bargaining over their children of who they was going to eat. Verse 29. It says, So we boiled my son and did eat him. And I said unto her the next day, Give thy son that we may eat him. And she have hid a son, you know. So they was bargaining and stuff, making the deals to eat each other's son and stuff. But one of them reneged on the plan and stuff, you know, ate her son and stuff. And now both of them, you got 2 women chowed down on one son. And the agreement was to finish off the other son and stuff. But the other son and stuff was hid by his mother, you know what I'm saying? So they wouldn't get eaten, you know. So it's going to be like that, man. You know, a lot of black market sales and whatnot. You know, the movie Demolition Man and stuff, you know, with Wesley Snipes and, I don't know, I probably got this wrong. I want to say John Travolta, but I don't think that's his name, you know. Sylvester Stallone, that's his name, right? John Travolta, come on, man. All right, so, the people who didn't have the chip, the mark of the beast and whatnot and stuff, guess what? They was in the sewers and stuff, eating rat burgers and whatnot and stuff. And eventually down the line, what are they gonna do? They gonna eat people, man. You know, they show you that on the movie Book of Eli, when it came down to them 2 old peoples and stuff. You know what I'm saying, in the White House and stuff, and they had all those graveyards in their backyard, and they was proud, and they was like, hey, I got some meat. You know what I'm saying? You know, they was eating people and stuff. That was talking about cannibalism, and that's finna come to this place, whether you believe it or not. You know, the movie The Road clearly goes into it. You know, the Book of Eli, those monsters that was walking around, and you know, their skin was all pale. They was now malnutritious and whatnot and stuff, and they was eating deers raw and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, those was cannibals. That's what they represented, because they was going to eat Eli. You know what I'm saying? You know? They was going to eat Eli, man. You know? And that's finna come. That's finna come. But people going to be in an animalistic way. They going to be in an animalistic way and stuff, when people going to actually be wanting to eat people, man. You know what I'm saying? That's coming to America, man. That's coming to America. It already happened down there in South America. It's already happened over there overseas and stuff. It's finna soon happen here, man. You know? You know, and what's gonna be the easiest target? Your children. You know, it's gonna be hard to try to sit up here and really wrestle down some grown person or some teenager and whatnot and stuff, when the easiest choice is gonna be a baby, infant. You know what I'm saying? Or a child, man, toddler and whatnot, man. You know, so This was just part 2, that judgment will come to your children as well. I hope this video was edifying. I'd like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, HaKadosh. Double honors to apostles, a great millstone, and salutations to your elect, which we hope to be. Shalom, wa ba ba ba.